I mean, it could have been Melissa, it could have been Christian Siriano, it could have been anyone in the fashion industry. We chose NeNe. So she's very interesting, yes, but this is, girl, it was a good little foot in the door. And I think it means a lot. It means a lot. She posted, I'm coming home to NBC. I think it's a big, I don't know if it's going to be anything, but number 7, I got to give it to NeNe just for that. It's something, girl.
Wow. I actually, that's so, I do love these lists because the way we think,
We
I
think differently, right?
forgot about, yeah, I forgot about NeNe. That's a great one.
Thank you.
Number 6 for me, you're going to have a hot take on this.
Okay.
It's actually the Fuda family from
Ooh, I love the Fudas.
Well, I think the food has had a terrific year. They came off one of the most toxic. They were brought through the ringer on RHONJ. I mean, John Fuda, my God, the poor guy. We've been talking about, he like dildos in the ass and he's a coke dealer and everything else. I mean, he survived. They're now pregnant. They're having another child. I mean, I just feel like they've kind of cemented themselves. I feel like they're interesting. We want to see them back on television, even though we don't know the future of RHONJ. I enjoy the Fudas. I feel like they have survived and thrived a very, a bit of a takedown, potentially a lot of people feel by Louis Ruelas and Teresa. And they're still here. They seem happy. They seem well connected with one another. And maybe we'll see them back on television. I don't know. There's something about them. I feel like they are thriving despite all the toxicity around that show.
All good points. Look, I think what Teresa and Louis tried to do to them is literally disgusting. Teresa was up to no good behind closed doors. And Louis, you're up to no good. And I think the Fudas are wonderful people. John Fuda is great for a house husband. I mean, he is, we all talk about Joe Gorga. I mean, John Fuda has given so much. I think it's like when I had Claudia Jordan on my show, she said, the reason the producers liked me is because I came on and my goal wasn't really to go after NeNe. It just kind of happened. I think that's the great thing. I think when you come on, that's the problem like people had with Katie Janella. They thought she tried to come after Dubrow. So I think with the Fudas, like nothing Rachel did was inauthentic. It's not like you try to come on
Yes.
and have your big moment going after Teresa, the
Right.
old queen of New Jersey. It was very organic. She came after you. You defended yourself. It was very organic. She was able to stand up to Teresa. Nothing felt fake. I love the Fudas. I think of nothing but great things to say about them. Good choice. My number 6, it's also going to be a hot take, and you got to hear me out, guys. Sarah, you too. My number 6 is the rat that actually scurries. And
Are
she is
you kidding?
well, yeah, like I said, it's a hot take. It's a hot take.
Wow.
Again, could she be on the worst of list? I get it. I get it, girl. I get it. If she's on your worst of list, I get it. But much like Erica, now I don't think what she has gone through is even close. I mean, we forget it wasn't just the Bravo community. I mean, the world wanted Erica on a cross. Literally. Sorry to be sacrilege,
Yes.
everyone. They wanted her on a cross. Erica, number 11, run her up. But the rat, I get it. You all want her fired. That annoyance, hot bag of air, the old school, get her out of the podcast. Vicky Gunvalson is calling for her firing, all this other stuff. And yet, I mean, the rat is alive. The rat is eating. She's even gotten a piece of Gouda from us recently. She still has beady eyes. She is a very, very misbehaved rat. She has had a hard year. I will give you that. I will give you that. But she's still standing. And when she says Bravo told me it's only 3%, I don't know if it's only 3%, girl, but it is a lot of noise. And look, do people say horrible things about me all day? All day. Does it affect my bank account in any way, shape, or form? I mean, if anything, it puts more money into my bank account. Keep going,
True.
guys. So she's still standing. She's still, it means nothing. It hasn't, I mean, maybe she doesn't take the David Yontef course on the weekends where she just is like Teflon Don. I think it does affect her at times. It hasn't been easy, but she's still standing. It doesn't matter. We're going to start filming next season, and I'm telling you, she's going to be like, hello, Shannon. Hello, Sarah. Hello, listeners. I'm Tamra. I'm reformed. I'm on the spectrum. I'm nice. I've been horrible to people. I think it's going to be the apology tour of the rat and
Of
that
a
tail
lifetime, the rats.
of a lifetime, and she's still standing. Listen, the thing about Housewives is, if you think about it, Erica and Rinna, when you have a bad season, I mean, now Rinna eventually isn't there. When you have a bad season and you come back, what you did last season is over. It's like we're on to something new. So she is going to survive. There's no chance she's getting fired. So I think to really have a bad season and still be standing, there's something really empowering in that. And I believe her when she says Bravo says it's 3%, or even if it's more, like nobody cares. She's not losing her job, this rat. It doesn't, like I said, I don't have feelings in this list. I'm just being objective. Give it our number 6. I'm sorry.
Number 5 for me is Gretchen Rossi, actually, because of the
Okay.
rats.
Talk to
Yeah, I think when someone is justified years later, Gretchen's IG story post basically saying what the rat has been like, has caused fear,
me.
has gone solo, damaged people's
Mhm.
careers, businesses, come for people way lower than anybody else. And to have yourself, because I think I connect with this. I was on the Kane show on Hot 99.5 for years. And when I left, because I didn't have a platform, Kane really made it out to be myself and Sammy were crazy, unreliable, not stable, all the things we weren't, but we really didn't have a way to fight back. And then years later, sadly, a lot of people realized, and now, I mean, not anymore so much, but I used to get all these messages like, hey, I was one of the people that shit on you. And now I see like you were right about Kane and that whole situation was so toxic. Gretchen is having that moment. She's happy. She's winning with Slade. She's still married to him when a lot of people doubted that was real. They have a beautiful daughter, a beautiful family. They've come back from Slade, tragically losing his son. And then to have this justification of everybody going, oh, yeah, the rat has been ratty for
Mhm.
years. To your point, I think
Yes.
we might be talking a whole different song about her next year, but Jimmy Bellino, Gretchen, a lot of individuals, because we all used to think Jim Bellino was just vindictive and coming
Mhm.
after Shannon and Heather McDonald and all them for, terrible reasons. Well, it's come out to be like the rat is really a rat. I mean, I
Heather
think
McDonald
Gretchen,
opened her big fucking mouth, so she got her ass sued, and she's still not over it. Same with Shannon, and same with the rat. Sorry to cut you off, but I've had Gretchen on this podcast. Slade made an appearance. You think I talk negatively about all these housewives? Gretchen is lovely, lovely,
I mean, amazing. And to have herself
lovely.
be justified, I think good for her. And I truly think even if the rat goes on an apology tour next year, I still think people will always know that she is beyond slanderous. I mean, she will say anything to damage someone beyond belief. And it really came back to her. And so good for Gretchen for, I think going on, living her life, kind of being above the fray, the gossip, but then also being validated that everything Gretchen said about her was true.
I agree with you. Looks, you have Emily and Gina and Gretchen. I have Tamara, and here I have another. We have a lot of OC on here. Number 5 for me, very similar to your Stacey Rush. Number 5 is Jennifer Pedantry. I mean, she has
Oh,
solidified herself. Look, she had a great season, but she handled herself at the reunion. She literally explained, like, no, Tamara, you actually go too far. And by the way, it hurts me and it hurts people. Then when Emily came for her, well, your parents fund your life. I mean, this woman
so
is
good.
not, she's going up, she is not skilled, very much like Rachel Fuda going up against Teresa. Pedantry is not skilled. You believe it. You don't feel it's desperate. You don't feel it's inauthentic. She has her man who's standing by her. There's no question she'll be back next season. I mean, I think Pedantry had a great season, and I think the reunion put the nail in her coffin, solidifying that she is the future of the show as well. Young, I mean, she is drop dead gorgeous. This body is like, I mean, I'm as gay as they come, and that body is on
Oh,
fire.
the body is so gorgeous. I mean,
I
she
know. She was
really, that's a good one. That's a good
number
one.
5, Pedantry. I think she had a great